Okay, this video is a movie review about Amadeus Mozart. It's one of the greatest movies of all time, like just about my all-time favorite movie. In terms of movies about like creativity, it's the best movie ever made in the history of the world about creativity. For like family love, I like It's a Wonderful Life. That's my favorite movie of all time in that area. Okay, there's different movies for different moods or feelings, topics, and whatnot. But in terms of artistic creativity, it's the greatest movie ever made. I mean, the second best would be Agony and the Ecstasy about Mozart. And, each great artist will have some contrasting character in the movie. So in Agony and the Ecstasy, Charlton Heston as Michelangelo was contrasted with Pope Julius. But in this movie, Mozart is contrasted with Salieri. And Salieri was a good composer, but, Mozart's one of the top like three composers of all time. Him and Bach and Beethoven and Handel, one of the top five certainly. Okay, so why is it such a great movie? Because you can feel his intensity and his love of music in the movie. This actor was nominated for Best Actor, and the actor who played Salieri won the Best Actor. It's that great of a film that two actors from it could be nominated as Best Actor. He was like perfect. They both were perfect for their roles. You could feel every little bit of it. You could see how great Mozart was. My favorite song was Contessa Perdono. It's just beautiful. But he's got lots of great songs. And the soundtrack from this movie, Amadeus, the original soundtrack was fantastic. It's just one of the greatest classical music albums of all time. So for anybody who wants to enjoy a great movie, you can go to this one with your girlfriend, your wife. It's a good one to show your kids when they're teens, okay? It's just like perfect movie. Like I said, I love this movie. Okay, here's some quotes from Mozart. True genius is more than lofty intelligence and imagination. Love, 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 that is the soul of genius. And that, of course, reminds one of the quote by Goethe, the other German guy, Johann von Wolfgang Goethe. He said, in order for a man to learn a complex topic, he must love it. And Mozart loved music. He had a unique situation. Of course, he was born with fantastic talent, but also his father was a great musician, and his father was devoted to teaching him. And he started at a very young age. So that's about as good as it gets. High talent, great coaching, starting at a young age. And he kept that motivation to practice intensely and devote his life to it. Okay, next quote from Mozart. Whoever is the most impertinent has the best chance. And I think that's a characteristic sign of geniuses. I studied a whole bunch of genius biographies. I was real curious about the subject, and I've seen a few in my time, from the places I've been, Stanford, Harvard, etc. And basically, they have to have an intense self-confidence because the world tends to push people down and wants people to be mediocre and conventional. So to stand against that and do things that are original and innovative, you have to have a lot of self-confidence. The artist must yield himself to his own inspiration. If he has true talent, no one knows and feels better than he what suits him. I pay no attention to what anyone says, but simply follow my own thoughts and feelings. Music is my life. It is when I am alone and of good cheer that the ideas flow best and most abundantly. Yeah, if a person's stressed out, they can't think as well because you kind of decrease blood flow to the frontal lobes. But when a person's in a decent mood, often the best ideas come to mind. You go to bed thinking about it, but you really can't come up with anything that good. And then right before waking up, like those moments before you sort of toss and turn out of bed and decide if you want to stay in bed anymore, an idea pops into your mind. That's a good time to jump out of bed and go write it down. It's also like, having to wake up early with an alarm clock for work. That gets you to work, but that don't help you think. Let's see. Here's Mozart continued. I am happiest when I have something to compose. I immerse myself in music. I think about it all day long. People err who think my art comes easy to me. I can assure you, dear friend, that no one has devoted as much time and thought to composition as I. I have studied diligently the works of all the famous composers many times. So it's just like the perfect movie. His father died. He wasn't there when his father died. He felt bad about it. He called, Don Giovanni back to life to kind of scold him as being frivolous and irresponsible. There's so many great things about it. The music, the acting, it's like the perfect movie. So anyways, there it is, Amadeus. Hope you enjoy it.